thought I hit the unmute button, but I missed it. I think I clicked the wrong button instead, so I just kind of sat there and I thought, there's not enough noise. But I figured it out in the end. It's all right. How we doing? How we doing? How we doing? It's good to see you again. Thank you, Mac, for the gifted. As you might be able to tell, I'm still a little bit on the snotty side, but it's going to be okay. I've still got a bit of a cough, but I think that when it comes to the way I actually feel, illness-wise, like I'm full of beans. I'm full of energy. I feel fine, so I feel really good about this week of streams. I'm really looking forward, particularly to the Suica tournament. I learned a lot just from this one image that Zali sent in our Discord. Zali sent this one image in our Discord of like the order that you're supposed to stack the fruits in. And I've learned, I feel like my gameplay has gotten better substantially. My big weakness with Suica is that I go way too fast. As I do with most things in life. Excuse me, I had a sparkling water. I had a sparkling water and like most days it fucking blew up all over me because the motherfuckers who deliver that shit are never careful. My big problem is that I always like start out really, really good and I'll get just like a full like pineapple or something on the bottom left with no excess pieces, and I'm like, fuck yeah, this is the one. And then I suddenly just feel like I blink and I've teleported forward about 10 minutes in time and it's all grapes everywhere. It's the attention deficit hyperactivity demon takes over, and suddenly I'm like, wait, what game am I playing again? I thought this was actions per minute, not its slow and methodical puzzle experience. So I'm gonna try really hard to kind of keep myself grounded and to do what I can in order to make sure that I, at the very least, walk away. If I hit 3K for the first time during the tournament, I think that's enough of a victory for me. You know, I think I'll be pretty happy. I think I'll be pretty happy with that. Is the title English? It's British English. I was chatting with some of you yesterday night before I went to bed about like how fascinating British dialects are. And I'd really, really like to do a British teaching stream, you know? Where I can give you some sort of pointers on how various different parts of British language are used, because no one really seems to understand it all that well. It's like Maria asking me, "Is it turtles?" And I'm like, "No, it's not turtles. It's turtles." You know. Oh mate, you want to go to the zoo, get to see the turtles? Oh yeah mate, you know. But then again, of course, this isn't true across the entire country. It tends to be a thing for large parts of the country. Sometimes th is n, so like instead of saying that, you say nat. You'd be like, oh that turtle is fucking minging. The problem with me is that I feel like I've spent so much time around people with accents from all over the world that I feel like I'm almost losing my ability to interpret British accents. But then again, I know that to you, I sound like the most British person you've ever heard. I am really happy today. Thank you, Kairos. I'm feeling great today because I, listen, in all of my downtime, I've been hammering away. I've been hammering away on the RuneScape League, and I'm really excited for tomorrow because just literally maybe 5 minutes before the stream started, I went all the way to the end. I got my final relic, so I've unlocked all the areas, I've unlocked all the relics, and I got the final one, and I picked Undying Retribution, which is the one where on death you come back with all of your health and prayer, and you also make a giant fucking explosion. I was considering Executioner Axe, but considering for most raids, I think I'll be going solo because I'm nervous and I don't know how to ask the other players to help me. I think that it's something that benefits me in a solo setting is probably for the best. So I'm really excited to play that game tomorrow. On tomorrow's stream, what we're going to be doing, on the schedule, you probably have no fucking idea what that item is, but the Temekan Shadow is the best mage staff in the game, and my character is built around magic because I got the mage relic. So if I get that staff from the Tombs of Amasket, then I'm basically just cooking every single other part of the game, like with no effort whatsoever. And yes, I did grind out the full Infinity Robe set for the Master Task, and that took so fucking long. Fuck the Mage Arena. It's so click intensive and so fucking boring, but it's just one of those grinds that everyone accepts they're going to have to do. I can't believe it's like 7 hours of game time in the league, and that's sped up by 8 times with the minigame points. I can't believe that a version of that exists, but 8 times slower just to get some fucking bones to peaches and some robes. I still haven't gotten bones to peaches, but I don't think I'll ever go back there. I don't want to. Thanks very much for the supers, everyone. Originally from Cornwall. It's just farmers English. Oh yes, no, I've spent quite a bit of time in the West Country myself, and what's that? Oh, what do they say in the West Country? Oh, I love my tractor. I do. I love my tractor. I like to go outside. I got a brand new combine harvester, and I'll give you. Oh, you got a brand new combine harvester, and I'll give you the key. You are gaming. Did you even sleep? I've been sleeping very well, yes. Definitely staying up longer than I should, but I have been getting plenty of sleep, so don't worry. I've been looking after myself. I think last week me getting sick was definitely a bit of a wake-up call. It was like I know that even if I'm going through it, I still need to look after myself, and so I've been feeling okay. I think like some time to really come down was pretty needed for me. I remember I was on the phone with Akupapa, and I was chatting with my dad, and I asked sort of, I was telling him about what I was feeling, and he said, "Son, this happens to every demon every once in a while, and it's good that you're not trying to push yourself." And he talked about how it's common for when you've been very busy for a long time, you can kind of work your body into a state where it's like fending off a lot of stuff because it knows it needs to do something. But once it gets to a certain point, it will be like, all right, are you chill now? Can we rest? All right. Now I'm going to rest and you're going to get sick. And I was, if I had anything to say about it, I wouldn't let that happen. But, I don't want to let that happen again. So yeah, it's going to be a fun week. What else are we doing? Smash with members, I think, is a nice idea. Because with members, what this means is that lots of people who might not be so good at joining very fast will get a chance to jump in. If it's a smaller stream, it means lots more people who maybe haven't had a chance to try it, they will get a chance to go up against me. And that's pretty good for me, so I think that ought to be good. And maybe there will be a small percentage, like a ratio of less people who are way, way better at the game than me, so maybe I can have a couple dubs, who knows. Millie, thank you. Hannah, thank you so much. It's not British, but my favourite thing is when British people do their best approximation of an American accent, and they wound up sounding robotic. I mean, it depends on which American accent it is. And having been to the States before, having been to the States plenty of times, I have had, organically a pretty, you may not believe me, but before I had, I had this British accent that you recognize me for, there was a time when before that, I had an American accent because I had been hanging out in, I did hang out in the Old West for a little while, and I'd love to tell you all about what happened back then. I'm not quite so good at it anymore, but that cowboy ASMR, a lot of that came from personal experience, if you can believe it. But I was never a gunslinger. I didn't need to be. Did I meet Hamilton? Sadly, no. But I don't think the real Hamilton was anywhere near as musically inclined as Lin-Manuel Miranda. Boys, get the fuck away from me. I'm trying to have a conversation. Willie, thank you very much. I don't think he was anywhere near as musically inclined as Lin-Manuel Miranda, but you never know. Nanyu, thank you for the super. Very, very kind of you. And for the gifted, Lydia, thank you so much. Are you feeling better? I am feeling better. It's like not perfect. I've still got a bit of like a weird cough going on, but it doesn't hurt. It's just kind of, I think there's just a lot of excess gunk in me, and I just got to get rid of it. And it's like, bleh. It's like blah, 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 blah. Save a horse, ride a cowboy, baby. I don't know. What? I saw a lot of comments on the cowboy ASMR that my cowboy accent too often strayed into just sounding like Forrest Gump, and I was like, yeah, that's kind of true. My mama told me life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. Glad you're getting better. Yeah, I do feel better. Miffy, thanks very much for the super. Had a meal with your best friend that you haven't seen in a really good time. Yeah. Oof. It's been a while since I've been out for a meal. Looking forward to that. Looking forward to that when everything sort of dies down a bit. Have you heard that Twilight is preparing to reboot and the director believes the new actor... What? What? First of all, you can't reboot Twilight. It's iconic. You can't reboot Twilight. It's just what it is. Huh? You can't reboot Twilight. I mean, the whole thing about the new actor for... Oh, Jacob... Oh. Wow. Jacob Elordi... Oh. Is that how you pronounce his name? Jacob Elordi? I mean, he's very talented. You know, a film that I'm excited for is Priscilla. Made by the GOAT, Sofia Coppola. Some of the trailers and the clips from Priscilla look so good, and I love how Jacob Elordi, after Austin Butler was Elvis in the movie Elvis, was it last year or was it the year before? I can't remember. But after he was that, and he was so method, and he was like, yeah, I've spoke so as Elvis so much, I've ruined my voice, and I keep talking like Elvis, and I can't help it. And it was like this whole thing, you know. And then Jacob Elordi comes along, and he just kind of does it way fucking better. Yeah. I mean, you're never too old for a reboot at this point. It can never be too less or too much time because, I mean, they're rebooting like Disney movies that came out less than 10 years ago. They're making a live action Moana. Moana came out in 2016. Like, it's been not even a decade yet, and they're remaking that in live action. But of course, you know, for Disney, you know, when your whole company is run by people primarily motivated by profit, it makes sense. Those movies always turn a massive profit. I mean, Lion King, as much as it pains me to admit, the live action Lion King is the highest grossing animated film of all time. Hang on. Oh, God. See, it sounds bad. It's just, I'll try and mute myself if I cough because it's a bit gross. I promise I feel fine. It's just sort of excess stuff. Veronia, this is my second birthday with the Akuma clan. I wish all the best to the future. Happy birthday, Veronia. It's wonderful to see you here, and I'm glad you've been having a good time. Rina, Nyanya, thank you. How many Amazon items have I received yet? Apparently there was an issue with my card, so I have to correct that. But some of them have like one-day delivery, so they'll be coming in really, really soon. Teehee. And Mac, thank you very much. It's your birthday. Happy birthday to you too. Jacqueline, I still can't hear any difference between British and US English. Well, I imagine with a language barrier, that's kind of normal. I think that when you speak the language, it becomes a lot easier to understand. Like I'd imagine in, you know, sort of in, you know, wherever you're from, I'd imagine there are lots of regional dialects that I, not speaking your language, might not be able to pick up on, that you would say, oh, this person sounds incredibly different from this person, but if I don't speak the language, maybe I wouldn't know. So I think that makes perfect sense. Please take some vitamin C. No, don't worry about... Did I say vitamin? Oh my God. I really am losing track of my British English. It is... vitamin. It is vitamin. That's how you say it. So a lot of negative reviews on Priscilla. I still want to watch for Jacob Elordi. I mean, I suppose it is controversial subject matter. I mean, a lot of people love Elvis, and it paints him in a pretty negative light. So, I mean, I'm still excited for her. I love Sofia Coppola, and I think it's going to be a real winner. Yana, thank you very much. Glad to see you feeling better. I am feeling better. I'm feeling much better. It is the Loy Krathong Festival. Interesting. Leicester River for you to have happiness. Well, I suppose that's why I'm feeling so happy today. It was that river blessing. Well, that's very kind of you. Thank you. Every time I watch your stream, Phil, I have to work harder to learn English. Don't worry. You may or may not remember. Apparently, I am the final boss of English learning. So you're definitely starting with a challenge, but very proud of you for trying. It's ambitious, and that's cool. Really love your British accent. Went to the UK, found there's so many different accents that it's impressive. Yeah, there is a surprising amount. I mean, especially considering, with the train system, people in the UK can get around and go to different regions very, very easily. And so especially in a capital city like London, you'll get people from all over the country with so many different with so many different accents, you know. And even in a city like within London, you've got like 5 minimum different accents that you've got. You've got north, south, east, west, refined, it's received, not refined, received pronunciation, which is like the radio presenter voice. Our top story tonight, many more men have been killed following an attack on the place where we go to get our cups of tea. The cup of tea factory has been unfortunately raided by a man who did not have his cup of tea, and now everyone is very upset. And I too am without my cup of tea. That's a received pronunciation. And if you wanted to go for sort of a high level, like a sort of a position in politics, there's a weird level of etiquette where they sort of expect that. Twilight, it's for a TV series. Okay, well at least it'll be different in that way. Steffi, thank you so much. Thank you very much. English stream. I should do that. I should just make Zatsu chatting streams with, like, in the title just saying English British Zatsu, and it's just me with a cup of tea. Also, I haven't checked my tweet from yesterday where I announced this stream, but I'm surprised that nobody commented on me calling Zatsudan Fat Soup Man. I don't know, I thought that was funny. It's like, it just rhymes with the different syllables. Fat Soup Man. Listen, haven't seen you for a long time, miss you so much. I miss you too, it's good to see you again. Is that what it was? Yeah. I thought it sounded similar to oh, I'm sick and full of soup. I mean, I am. No, this is true. This is true. I am a little bit sick still. And I'm not full of soup right now, but I was. Fat Soup Man. Ah, no, I thought it was just a funny way of saying Zatsudan. Hello everyone, Zatsudan today, Fat Soup Man today. I don't know, I thought it was funny. Nothing is more amusing to me than learning that Astarion's voice actor is Brummy. Oh my god, I'll be tuning into the Game Awards to see if he wins, because I kind of think he should. I haven't even played Baldur's Gate 3 yet, but I do want to. And seeing like such an incredible from all the clips I see of him, it just looks amazing. So it's so funny. He's so goofy. I know. It's all right. I can cope. Tosukana, you're taking my puppet to meet your friends. That's wonderful. Your first Ian VTuber I've seen. Thought your accent is standard English until someone hearing your voice says he's British. Yeah, that's it, right? It's all about your perspective, and there's always like so much more to learn. I'm able to do a Roadman impression a little bit. I'll be like, trying to think of a good line. Okay, I can do a Roadman with the title of this stream. So, nah, bro, that's pathetic, innit, bruv? All right, we're gonna hang on. Meet me outside McDonald's, right? I will fucking start on you, bruv. That is fucking pathetic, innit, fam? That's sort of the vibe. Nah, mate, it's calm. We'll meet outside McDonald's, yeah? And then you're gonna come fight me, right? We're gonna take this out fucking side. Because that is fucking pathetic, innit, bruv? That is fucking pathetic. What is my blood waffling about? Hey, what is my blood waffling about? Did you just touch my bum? What's going on? Lolly Piquet, thank you. What? Are demons fetal or oviparous? You have horns and wings. Do you hatch from an egg? I don't think we hatch from eggs. It would be quite funny if we hatch from eggs. But I wouldn't want you to think that the horns and the wings sort of make my DNA or my makeup more similar to a bird or some kind of bat than anything else. I mean, really, these are quite a unique trademark for me. A lot of demons have quite different appendages that they grow based on their level of power. I feel sort of happy that that the sort of, the appendages, I guess, the features that I have are sort of reminiscent of traditionally kind of European demons, but a lot of them look very, very different. It's like I mentioned about Beelzebub. The legend with him is that he didn't grow any extra horns, wings, Most of them have horns. It's very, very rare that a demon won't grow horns, but everything else is kind of just up to chance, genetics, and so on. It's like Beelzebub. He became powerful and he had horns, yes, but the rest of him, all that happened was that he just grew fatter and fatter and fatter and fatter and fatter until he just spat out a load of gas that started killing everybody. That was his sort of, you know, that was in his demonic makeup or genetics. I don't really know how it works, but I know that that's what happens. It's kind of sexy, bruv. You think I'm sexy? Yeah. Yeah, you're kind of fit. You're kind of fit, bro. Yeah, you think I'm sexy, all right? You need an English translation, to be honest. I wish I could. I don't know what I'm talking about is the problem. I don't know what I'm talking about half the time. Charuzu. Oh, good luck with your lecture. Yeah, you better get on with it. How do yours feel? Are they warm or cold? The way they're sort of like tough. They're sort of tough. They're usually, I'm warm, but they're, you know, sort of just room temperature, I guess. Not going to burn you or anything. Midwest, thank you. Nice ski. Hi, Rudy, thank you very much. And Olivia, usually the audience in America don't like open captions on films, but the tickets for Saltburn shows sold out. Interesting. Yeah, because it's got, I don't know much about Saltburn, but I'm very interested in watching it. I loved Promising Young Woman, so I'm sure that it's going to be great. Whenever a film like that has sort of very mixed reviews, it's sort of got like, it's circling, I think, like a 50% Rotten Tomatoes. That to me is a good sign. I like it when a movie is divisive. I like it when it sort of provokes a lot of strong reactions from people, whether they're positive or negative. You know, I think that's a really good thing for a movie to seek out and do. It's like I said, with Mother, which is one of my favorite movies. Like, if you just looked at the review scores, it seems kind of mid, but it's a beautiful movie that just really, you know, oh, God, I'm fine. It really provokes like a strong reaction from a lot of people. And I think that's fun. You know, I really like that being a part of cinema. So yeah, thank you. Thank you for the chilling stream. Yeah, I miss you too. I'm glad to, I was excited to do this last week. I was really excited to just get a chance to relax and catch up. Is it cold where you are? We can still wear short sleeves here. Yeah, it's getting pretty cold, even for me. Muske, thank you. Corny, thank you very much. Oh, yes, yes. Oh, it was such a wonderful opportunity. I remember when, so Manager-san approached me about my appearance on the EX Gamers 5th anniversary and sort of asked, what we want you to do is to, do a sort of cinema, like, oh, switch off your phones kind of thing. And when I heard that, I said, Manager, listen, that is my dream. I felt like I was the kid who wanted to make the TARDIS noises from Doctor Who. I literally felt like, this is it. This is it. I did it. I made it. I'm the cinema voice. I wish I could have like parodied, because in the UK we've got Odeon cinemas, and everybody that I know who I've been to the cinema with knows the lines off by heart. They go like, it goes, what is it? Now for the part everyone loves. Oh yeah, the trailers. I love the trailers. Almost all specially chosen for this film, actually. And then for the film, it's like, oh, they don't have that one anymore, but that's the one everyone remembers. And then they've got some new ones now, and they're not quite as good. What was it's like, and then when the film starts, it's like, and now the main event. So switch off your phones, finish your conversations, and get ready. It's about to begin. And then the film starts. I always thought it was, a lot of people hated it. They were like, oh, it's so obnoxious. I think it's cute. I liked it a lot. Lumos, thank you very much. No, stick to it. It's a good way to, it's a good pronunciation. I mean, from what I know, and from what I've experienced, in America, they find British accents to be very fascinating. So if you have a very refined British accent, you go to America, they'll be like, oh my God, I love your accent. And it's just so easy. It's just so easy to walk around and be like, hee hee, yes. Any plans to stream for Christmas this year? I most likely won't be streaming on Christmas Day itself, but I would like to do some kind of Christmas-themed thing when it comes around. I'll be so real with you. I'm feeling jolly. I feel jolly. I am a merry individual. I am very excited for Christmas. I am looking forward very much to decking the halls with boughs of holly. I am looking forward to wrapping myself in tinsel. And tinsel? What the fuck is going on? What am I talking about? What's wrong with me? Anyway, I'm a jolly individual. Me, but I'm jolly. So yes, I would like to do something Christmassy. Demons are often described as having a long, smooth tail. Why don't you have a tail? I don't know. I've seen lots of demons with tails, and to be honest, I kind of wish I had one, but I don't. I've just got my wings, got my horns. Maybe there will come a time, I'd hope not, but maybe there will come a time when I become powerful and huge enough that a tail sprouts, and then that becomes part of me as well. Tisha, thank you very much. Happy birthday, Tisha. Love you too. May Grace, thank you. Snowing here today. I feel that it would be very romantic to watch the snow with you. It doesn't tend to snow. It's annoying. It's annoying in the UK how it sort of gets to a certain point and you're like, is it going to snow this year? And then it just doesn't. It's just fucking cold. I mean, it does in some parts of the country, like further north, but you know, a lot of the time you just have to get used to the fact that it just doesn't happen. Did my beard grow after you got bigger? Now, I told this story in pre-chat when we were all sort of having a little chat. When I transformed and I started uncontrollably spitting fire a little bit, I may or may not have singed all of my beard hair off. And it's gone like right down to the follicles. So my beard will be back. I hope my beard will be back, but it may take some time. Come on, YouTube. Let me click the thing. There you go. Taya, thank you. You wouldn't steal a DVD. Yes, I know this. It's like we had that too. You wouldn't steal a purse. You wouldn't steal a car. Piracy's a crime. Shouldn't do too many down. You wouldn't download a car. I certainly wouldn't. I don't think I've got the technical wherewithal to download an entire car, but it's funny how with 3D printing that's technically possible, actually. You actually probably could. If you had a big enough 3D printer, you probably could actually download a car these days. Technology's mad. Yukoku, happy to see you too. Hannah, thank you very much. Heika, thank you so much. Yui, thank you. Jean, thank you. Toya, thank you very much. Finally snowed the other day. Oh, hope it snows soon for me too. Tori, thank you. And ADHD ass. Divisiveness in film is always a fine line between edgy versus thought-provoking. Oh, definitely. No, I agree. And I kind of feel the same way about sort of so-called offensive humor. I'm very much of the belief that really, you know, it sounds bad to say that I think you should be able to joke about anything, but the problem is so many people who choose to joke about sort of sensitive topics tend to do so in a way that is very unfunny. And that's the problem. You won't incur, I really don't think you'll incur much of any controversy if you make, you know, a sort of a biting, offensive joke, but do so in good nature and it's actually genuinely funny. Yeah, exactly. And punching down needs to be done in a way that doesn't feel mean-spirited. Like, you know, making humor at someone else's expense is fine as long as you don't go to the point of genuinely, you know, seeming like you fucking hate these people. Like, that's like, of course people are going to be pissed off at you, you know. Going on your Netflix special and saying like, oh, I'm getting cancelled, I can't say anything these days. It's probably because you just aren't sensitive enough to the nature of what you're talking about. And you can make jokes about whatever you want. Take Norm Macdonald, God rest his soul, for example. I mean, he makes jokes about a very wide variety of, like, deeply offensive subject matter. But when he makes those jokes, it's genuinely very funny, and it doesn't feel mean-spirited. And that's the important part, you know? Love Norm. Taken from us far too soon. Black Crown, thank you. Yeah, Bing. What happened to your pants if I grow a tail? Oh, boy, I don't want to think about that. I don't want to think about that at all. Lollipop, thank you. Watch a movie in the cinema. I love that it's still happening. You know, people are still sort of like, even though it's not sort of something, you know, there's no sort of like time or premiere to wait for, people still like, we want to watch the Demon Hungers in the cinema, and they're going out of their way to do it and organize it. It's so heartwarming for me. Still don't understand why you turned into a demon during the war. Well, if a demon lives longer and becomes more powerful, as you saw at the end when, after, you know, I sprung back to health after almost starving half to death, well, when a battle happens, there are a great many people that die, and so if I'm surrounded by death, it makes perfect sense that growing up and becoming this huge winged beast, well, it happens faster on a battlefield, really, than anywhere else. Paying, thank you. Yeah, decorate you like a Christmas tree. I'd have to wear my green shirt from the Niji Fez thing, but I don't think that would fit me anymore. Maybe it would. It'd be quite sort of tight, I guess. It'd be quite tight, but maybe that would look good. Buffy, thank you. That's really cute. That's really kind of you. Jello, gotten bigger to bring home more Christmas presents this year. All right. I wanted this to be a normal stream, but I can see a lot of you have been asking questions, and so I think we should take a small moment to talk about what you're asking about. I understand there have been many of you who have had concerns, and I would like to deliver my full, honest, and complete response right now. So, yes, because I feel as though I've responded to this kind of thing before, but it feels like people want to keep sort of, you know, asking. So, I would like some honesty. Okay. Allow me to be honest with you for a second. I don't mean, nor do I plan, for things to go horribly wrong when I do streams. I'm sorry that the most offensive part of that workout stream was that you had to witness that, and not that it happened to me. I'm a little upset about the fact that it incurred that kind of a reaction, but I can understand the genuine concern. The rule in chat is what I would like to put forward. I don't want to intentionally trigger anybody. I don't want anyone to feel genuinely upset. I don't want for this to become an experience that causes you upset. But at the same time, by opening myself up to this sort of thing, and by choosing to show more honest parts of my life, I have been more excited and engaged with my work than I have been for the longest time. This year was very hard for me, and I didn't really know which way I was going, and so I know that a lot of you don't want it to be that way, but I'm not going to change it. I'm very happy for the rule to stay that way. And that's that. I'm really sorry if that's something that hurts you. I don't intend to hurt anybody, and I don't want you to be upset with me, but this is my channel. What I put out is my choice. And I've had many, many chances in my past, throughout my time on this channel, to make changes that I've wanted to make, but a lot of the time, when faced with even the slightest amount of backlash, I get scared and I back down, and I don't want, you know, I respond really in what's sort of inside me I know to be a trauma response. I get really, really scared if people are upset with me. And so when it comes to the way that I like to do things now, when it comes to just showing you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, I am happy enough and I'm excited enough for the possibilities that it opens for me, not just as a person, but as an artist as well, that I know that if I back down and if I get scared again, I'll go back to being creatively repressed, and I'll go back to being scared again. And I don't want that. Now, I don't ever want for you to be genuinely disturbed or upset by the kinds of things that I do. But by providing a warning in the chat rules, that gives you a choice. You can keep an eye out, and if something upsets you, then I'm more than happy for you to take a break and to try and avoid stuff that you know may make you upset. I could never force you to watch something that you do not enjoy. In the same way that you cannot force me to make something that I do not enjoy. And I'm going to be so honest with you, lying to everybody and acting like there was nothing going on with me for almost 2 years was agony. And now that I have done this, and now that when I look at my empty schedule and I think of 1,000 different ways that I could fill it with all these different things that I want to do, finally, I am happy, I am motivated, and I'm excited to create things. And it has been a long time since I have felt that kind of feeling without it being paired with a genuine and really deep feeling of sadness and anxiety. So I completely understand your worries. And believe me, I don't want you to be under the impression that something terrifying is going to happen every single stream. But that's just... I don't expect for these things to happen. I wanted to do a workout stream, but then I pushed myself too hard. I'm sorry. I know it was quite gross. I'll try not to do it again. But I'm not going to slow down. I already said this. I posted it in my little Thanksgiving tweet. I will not stop. I am happy. And that's that. And there seems to be another really strange sort of misunderstanding. Oh, we don't want you to, we worry about you. We worry about you. That's fair. But I've said this many times before, and I've been scared to say it before, but I'm going to remind you once again, even though you might really, really enjoy my streams, and you find me really funny, and you really enjoy being a part of this fandom, you do not know me. I do not know you. We are not friends. We are not in a relationship. We have a great time together. But if something goes wrong with me, I have a family. I have friends. I have a support network. It is not your responsibility to dig deep and figure out what's going on with me, because it is not your responsibility. And it shouldn't worry you to the extent that it does. If it does, I'm really sorry. I am sorry that I've caused you stress. I'm sorry that I've caused you upset. But nothing that happens on this stream will ever be of real consequence to you. If you think that something has a chance to make you upset, that's completely valid. We all have our triggers. I have mine. But I can't pretend to know what's about to go on in my life day to day. I want to have nice, cozy streams. I'll try to have nice, cozy streams. There'll be plenty of those. But I had a thought about this, because I thought about the yellow contact lenses, right? I thought about trying to set up warnings. But I thought about how much this could destroy trust. Imagine I wear the yellow contacts to create a feeling of oh, don't worry. And then what if something goes wrong? How could you trust me after that? And so that's my statement on it. I know it's not what many of you wanted, but I need, for the first time in a very long time, to really truly stand up for myself. I know what it is that I want to do with my life. I know what it is that I want to make. I am happy. I am inspired. I am excited for the first time in a long time, to go to work. And if that makes you upset, I'm really sorry. But I'm not here to please people anymore. I'm here to create something that makes me happy. Is that okay? Thank you. All right. Back to the stream. Yeah, keeping it real is what I do. Exactly. The new rule is the warning. I don't want to be one of those kind of people who says, no trigger warnings, yeah, you people are so fucking sensitive, blah, blah, blah. Fuck that. But I can also make something that pushes boundaries in that way without having to worry about how it'll be perceived by every single person who watches it. It's like I mentioned the other day, or a couple days ago, I think. The art that connects most with me is what is uncompromising. It's what disturbs. It's what goes that extra mile. That, to me, is comforting. And I want to give something to the world, for once, that I am really genuinely proud of. And how can I be proud of hiding the truth about myself? How could I ever be proud of sharing so much, sharing so many different parts of my life, sharing all of these different things, creating an entire movie to show you who I am, and to then get scared and back down again? What is the truth? It doesn't matter. The truth is what I tell you it is. So listen honestly. Because remember, if it upsets you to the point where you think that something bad is happening with me, if something was, I have a support network. I have friends and I have a family. I'm in NIJISANJI, for fuck's sake. I have incredible friends. I might not be able to see them right now, but I can certainly talk to them with the magic of the internet. If you're happy, I'm happy. Thank you. Yeah, I know this will cause quite a stir, but the worst thing for me to do right now would be to switch off and say, okay, no, I'm sorry, and just try hiding it all away again. I will not let go of how happy I have been to finally be accepted for who I am. I will not let go of that because I'm afraid of making people upset. I'm sorry that I upset you, but I cannot base my life around the response to what I create. I have to just base my life around what I create. And if I do that, it will be better and it will be something I'm more proud of. So that's how I feel about it. Chen Kari Kane, Avis, thank you very much. Karito, thank you very much. Exactly. YF, thank you. Well, I don't really know what to tell you. If you're really upset by that, I'm sorry. No, genuinely I am. But I feel really happy knowing that I have the power to stand up for myself now. If you get sort of freaked out or scared by the idea of watching my streams, just remember that there are countless other members of NIJISANJI that you can watch who I'm sure can provide a fantastic experience as well. They're great people, but I need to be my own person. Murasaki, Nyanya, Leonaki, Blom Bloms, Jean, Masato, Len, Tihi, thank you. Gloves. Love you too. Veronia, thank you. I mean, you might as well. I'm all about telling the truth, but to you, this is a YouTube video. So yeah, treat it as entertainment. And if that entertainment makes you on edge or upset, then you don't have to watch it. Rachel Shen, thank you. Poppy, thank you. Little Elf, thank you. Tozuka, Sleepy Owl, and Mochi Bunny, thank you. But that's all. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I don't want to muddy the waters. I don't want to muddy the waters with more and more variations and everything, because every time I do that, I get closer and closer to freaking out and saying sorry and backing down again, and I don't want to do that this time. I've done it too many times in the past, and I need to recognize that what I think and feel is important too. Yeah, exactly. Judy, thank you. Very happy to see your change, and I feel honored by you. Because you trusted us, we continue to support you, we can see who you are, and that makes me really happy. Thank you. That makes me really, really pleased. Yeah. Difficult to know how to just sort of transition back out, but I really truly don't want to say anything else. I said a really long time ago, a really, really long time ago, when people were asking me to set a load of boundaries. One of the boundaries I set at the very beginning, don't tell me what to do. And that remains true. I'm not angry at anybody. But I'm just trying to keep it real, like I always do. For the Q&A, will we have a hashtag for it? I'd like to have, well, it's interesting. The thing is about it is that questions, I think a hashtag would be good. I think a hashtag would be good because filtering through questions would be nice. But then also I do understand that speaking with a mass of long dead souls isn't something that I imagine very many of you are used to. So maybe but then again, people can add to the hashtag during the stream. So I guess we can, yeah, I think a hashtag would be good. We can sort of have some tweets on screen from people, and then we can filter through those questions and stuff. Blue Grin, thank you. You both, thank you very much. Yeah, I'm excited. Family, thank you very much. Somebody asked me about my my RuneScape progress. Somebody asked me about my RuneScape progress, and don't worry, I went over that earlier. You can watch the VOD. I went on about it for way too fucking long. Mufang, sorry, but I'm a little confused. I saw today the fanfic tags are not listed. Ask if the fanfic tag. Or you can keep posting in tags. I think I just sort of removed some because I wanted to kind of. Well, so what am I thinking? The idea was to sort of declutter a little bit and not have too many. But if people want me to relist the fanfic tag, I definitely can. I guess to me, I would include fanfiction under the acrylic because, I don't know, it is a form of fan art. But if you think there's a need for a differentiation, then I can add it back, totally. I think that's fine. Bing, thank you. Youngju, thank you. Kane, thank you so much. Insta, thank you so much. People like the food tag as well. I guess I never really used it. You know, I sort of thought it was a nice idea. I thought it was a nice idea, but I never really got around to it. I thought I never really got around to looking at it, so I just sort of forgot. But hey, if people want the old hashtags back, I can definitely get them back. It's not a big deal. Nico GK, thank you. Chun, thank you so much. Very round. Any further info on the visual novel and the Demon Hungers? Post it, yes, very, very soon. Very, very soon. I believe the final details have been all finalized. Final details have all been finalized, so it's just a matter of time before it all gets set up. I think very, very, very soon. And on the date that when they let me know when the pre-orders are up, I'm gonna do a stream and I'm gonna shill it as hard as I can, and I'm gonna try and get you all to check it out. Like I said before, the graphic novel has a bonus page in it. There's some extra stuff in there. Not much, but there is some extra stuff that you can find that I think you're going to have a lot of fun with. So definitely worth. If you really enjoyed the film, definitely worth picking up. Me babe, thank you. Yuki, thank you for the Akasupa. Mac, thank you very much. Oh, same question as last time. No worries. Lumos, thank you. I appreciate it. Hey, I have medium rare steak too. It's been a while since I've had a perfect steak. I miss it. Easy for us to categorize our tweets. All right, I'll bring them back. I thought it would be a nice idea to declutter, but if you guys use the fanfic, it was fanfic. I don't think I'll bring back the ASMR tag until I plan on doing another ASMR, but I don't know when or if that will happen. Rachel Shan, thank you very much. I need your take on this. Had a debate with a friend about if we should go watch May December. I've heard that it's very, it's a very difficult film. It's very sort of dark, but I've heard it's very, very good. So I would recommend it. I'm excited to see it myself. But I would say, yeah, I'd say go see it. I would recommend it. I haven't seen it, but I've heard good things. But I would say do so with caution, definitely. Suika, just wanted to share something fun. Played through all the official levels of Human Fall Flat with other kindreds. Oh, that sounds so much fun. More lighthearted. How are we supposed to interact with you now? Are we good or should we change something? You're good. You're all good. You can interact with me in whatever way you want. You don't need to change yourself. I could never ask you to change yourself. You can talk to me, you can talk about me in whatever way you choose. It'd be really silly of me to try and act like I can change, you know, the syntax with which an entire group of people communicates. So just be yourself. It's fine. Fern, thank you so much. Anne. Carol, 2015. Is that the one? Is that the one with... Yes! I have not, but I really want to. I would really like to see it. I'd really like to. Oh, that's the same director as May December. Surprisingly, I haven't gotten around to seeing any of his films. He did Dark Waters as well. I heard that was like kind of mid. But I've heard good things about Carol and May December. Maybe he found his footing and he's just really, really good at game movies. Good for him. Good for him. Chan Chan, thank you. Didier, thank you. Heiko was looking after a cat for a friend. Tried to take pics of my puppet with him. He liked it so much he took it and ran away. Had to chase him around the room to get puppet back, and the hair was all wet. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. At least he's treating me better than the Sonny Briscoe puppet. Then again, the videos of the Sonny Briscoe puppet getting absolutely destroyed. What is that one video of someone who's got? I think it's a Ren puppet and a Kyo puppet, and they have the Ren one and they pat it on the head, and then it plays the music. It goes like wow 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 wow, and they stick the Kyo puppet in a blender and then just blend it up, and it's like sped up and it looks really funny. That shit was so good. That shit was so funny. I had a good chuckle. What would be your favorite flower? I've always said this. It's a forget-me-not. Because I hope that you won't forget me. I know I won't forget you. Chi-Chi, thank you. And Yui. Just having different tags are nice. Oh, I mean, yeah, you know, you can make your own hashtags. I mean, you know, they may not necessarily get picked up by other people, but if all the kindred together start using a hashtag, I mean, who am I to stop you? It's like all of the emotional support hashtags you guys have done, which have been really nice for me. The Aku Hugs or the Vox Akuma and all of that. Those are always really, really nice. I appreciate that so much. Melo, thank you so much. Yeah. The Aya one go. Oh yeah, I saw that. I liked the ASMR one they made, where it's like the parody of that FNAF thing, where they have the FNAF plushies and they start cracking the ruler and goes like, and then the puppets like fly away. That shit is cool. Luna, thank you very much. Do you have a plan to do a storytime stream about Tenchi? I would honestly love to. I have so much to say about him, but I am saving the story about Tenchi because I think that his story really might be the most important one of all. I am saving that for when I have something very, very big to tell it with. So don't expect a little storytime stream because I think that his story is too important to just be something told off the top of my head. Ineki, thank you. Luna, Cody Kane. Oh, I would love that. I'd love to get a big puppet, but I don't know. I'll have to ask. Do you have any sports you've always wanted to try but haven't had the chance to? Yeah, that's the thing. I've never been skiing, but I'd like to. I'd definitely like to try skiing. What else? I've tried surfing before. I was really bad at it. I don't think I'm very good at surfing. I mean, do you bring your own puppet with you when you go outside? If I could still go outside, I would. But when I used to, there were a couple times. I'd like to bring my little puppet on holiday. I love the little picture I took when I was on my flight to America earlier this year, and I put the puppet up next to my glass of whiskey. That was nice. SDK. Rin, thank you for the Aksupa Higo, big guy. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. That's really, really kind of you. Remember to drink plenty of water, gamers. More stories about Tokugawa and Kenshin. Sadly, even though Tokugawa made up such a huge part of my bad thoughts, I never really met him properly. I'd heard all sorts of stories and legends about. I mean, he was the shogun. Everyone had heard of him, but he communicated with me through his diplomats. You know, only time I met him was when he came up and murdered me. Yeah, I did know the Tokugawa family is still around. What would you say to him if you did meet him? Well, it's difficult, isn't it? If I was still running with the whole, oh, woe is me act, as though it wasn't all my fault, I would go up to him and I would be like, I would say something funny, like, hey, you bitch, and I'd kick him. But I think I would just sort of remember that historically people were much shorter. So if I am as I am right now, Tokugawa, I think he was about 5 foot, 5'2". So I'd look down, I'd look right down, and I would say, thank you. Because if it was going to happen, it would, you know, it's going to happen eventually, I guess. If it wasn't him, it probably would have been someone else. Can I fly into your dreams tonight? Well, I can try. But I hope I don't turn up like Freddy Krueger. I got a chainsaw. Sort of cooler, thank you. Just love you and support you, thank you. Is the ending screen Tomorrow's Another Day from FNAF? If it was from Gone with the Wind. I didn't think of Tomorrow is Another Day being a reference to anything. It just sort of occurred to me while I was setting everything up. I just sort of thought, yeah, tomorrow is another day. And that's all. Have any other Ghibli movies you want to watch? I'm kind of curious about The Boy and the Heron, because in the dub, you've got Robert Pattinson as the heron, and he's like, "Ah, boy, oh, we're not friends." And I'm like, damn, that's Robert Pattinson? Like, in a movie that has Willem Dafoe, who does voices like that all the time. Fuck you, Spider-Man. We could rule this city together, Spider-Man. You would expect that Robert Pattinson, I mean, I haven't heard him, like, do a voice like that. He's like, oh. But then, thinking about it, you listen to his performance in something like The Lighthouse, where he really stretches his whole physicality, all of his voice and everything. Like, I'm not entirely surprised, actually, by his ability to do that. I love, I think one of my favorite scenes from The Lighthouse is when he's jerking off with the scrimshaw of the mermaid, and all of those really violent thoughts are going through his head about, you know, he's trying to think about the mermaid, but then the guilt about having murdered the real Tom Howard, his name is Tom Howard, the real Ephraim Winslow keeps flashing through his mind. And then when he finishes, he goes like, "Eeeh!" And it's so like viciously uncomfortable and sad and gross. And he executes that perfectly. It's really, really good. If my puppet had a voice, how would he sound? He would sound exactly like me. Would you prefer, because I'm open to this, would you prefer if he sounded like me exactly, like my exact same voice, or if he sounded like my voice with, hold on, I've got a little pitch changer. Hang on a minute. Like,
or if he sounded like this? Would you prefer he sounds like that? Or
would you prefer he just, the tiny little guy opens his mouth and he goes, "Yo." I think that'd be funny. What if it was even deeper? What if it was even deeper? Like, you've got me being this big, and then you go and talk to the puppet, and the puppet is like, "Yo." You know? I think that'd be pretty good. S Vanilla, will you stream Overwatch again? I'd love to. I had, ever since the last Overwatch stream that I did with Claude, Wilson, Vanta, and, oh, I feel so bad. Who else was there? Someone else was there. Was it Ver? Who else was there? Who else was at the Overwatch stream last time? I forgot. Was it Zally? Zally, right? Yes, Zally, right. After that one, I've been really keen on playing the game more, and on the morning when I woke up, when we were gonna do our collab originally, but I was still really sick, I saw that a lot of them were online still, and I hopped on. And I told Vanta, I was like, "Dude, I'm sick still. I'm really sorry. I don't think I can do the stream." And he was like, him being a wonderful, understanding, kind person, was like, "Don't worry, dude. It's all right. Yeah, it's totally chill," and all that. And then they were playing Overwatch, and I was like, "All right, well, you know, I think I can do that." And so we played we didn't play for very long. We played for a little while, and that was really nice. What does the title mean? It means that's fucking pathetic, bruv. That is fucking disgusting. Disgusting! Where is fucking one of yous? Hey. Kendra, thank you very much. Sunshine, thank you very much. S Vanilla. Oh, the translations I will be doing very, very, very soon. They're all finished now. And I keep saying I'm going to do it, and then something else happens, but I promise you I'm going to get them done as absolutely soon as I can. They will be available very, very soon. Zemo, thank you for the Aka Super. It's great. Thank you. Yeah. What if your voice a bit more ooh? So it's me, like it's my normal voice, but it's like, "Oh, woe is me. Oh, I don't want to be a puppet anymore. I don't want to be a puppet anymore. It's been a year, Daddy." Essentially, there's some stuff. The thing about New Sidonia on Spotify is that there needs to be a little bit of extra permission from the songwriter. And Staff basically told me, like, you know, we just need to contact the songwriter one more time, but they haven't been replying to our emails. And I said, "Oh, well, they follow me on Twitter, so I will go and ask. And I've been too nervous to ask. I've been too nervous to go and ask. It's a really cool musician I've listened to for many years, and you expect me to just slide in DMs and be like, hey, can I put my cover on Spotify? You know. In real life, I might be big and strong and scary, but behind a screen, I'm just a. Take it easy. It's just a drawing. Benja, thank you very much. Which Christmas market is best in the UK? None of them. None of them. They suck. You can't fucking do anything. You can't go anywhere. You can't get the train, you can't get the bus, because every single street is fucking packed with people. The Christmas market sucks everywhere, and it's just a load of overpriced shit that I will not want. Occasionally you can get a nice thing. Sometimes they sell nice things. But when it comes to the disruption to my day, I have to say I don't care for the Christmas market. I have to say I find it rather... all right, I'm a fucking Scrooge, all right? Bar humbug. I love Christmas, I'm very jolly. But my favorite thing about Christmas is being able to move around during Christmas. I like being able to go to different places and see Christmas in lots of different places, but I can't do that if every single road is held down by fucking Christmas, okay? I love Christmas, but damn, is Christmas ever disrupting my ability to see even more Christmas? Mweko, thank you very much. Kathy, thank you so much. Poor Things. Oh, yes. Yorgos. Yorgos, I've heard wonderful things about Poor Things. I've heard wonderful things about these Poor Things. I mean, I love Yorgos. When we watched The Lobster, I was like, damn. Let's go. Mimi Bahiti. I'm close to unlocking my final leagues area, and I don't know what to go for. I have Kandarin Desert, and I'm a mage enjoyer. Okay, if you started with Kandarin and Desert, great choice for mage. So I went Kandarin, Kurend, Desert, and I'm gonna be honest, I kind of wish I picked something other than Zaya, than Kurend, because it's very good for stuff like the Farming Guild. But, you know, I keep looking at other areas and being like, man, I wish I picked Asgania. Or like, man, I wish I picked this other one. Or something or other. There's a lot of choice. It depends on your other relics. But Kandarin and Desert, you've got your whole end game figured out. At Desert, you have your whole end game sorted. You can get Virtus Robes from the Leviathan, you can get Tumek and Shadow from Tombs of Amascut, you can do pretty much, and by picking Desert, you have ancient magics, you have the ancient spells. I'm not sure if you're new to the game, but if you haven't already, use your little spell grimoire that you got with your mage relic and switch to the ancient spell book for Slayer, and it gives you big AoE spells like Ice Barrage, so good. Blood Barrage, you can go to a Slayer task and you won't even like need to bring food or prayer pots or anything. You just lifesteal off of everything, and you literally cannot die wherever you go. It's fantastic. So yeah, that's what I would recommend. If I would say anything, the one zone I kind of wish I picked over Kurend, probably Asgania, because you get access to stuff like Cerberus, you get access to stuff like, you get Cerberus, you get God Wars Dungeon, you get, what else do you get? You get all sorts of stuff with Asgania. You get a bunch of unlocks. You can see how into this fucking game I am, right? You can tell how into this game I am because Slack went off and I didn't even notice. I was going off on one so hard that Slack just went right past my fucking head. Incredible. Chen, thank you very much. Chi. You gotta change that. You gotta treat yourself well. Demon Hunger's Chinese version going. It's going very well. Essentially, staff is working on that, so if they have an update for me, I will let you know. But I'm very excited to see what happens with all of that. So yeah, I'll keep an eye on it. It might be a little while, but I'll keep an eye on it. I'll make sure that I check it out. mean, here's the thing, right? If you unlock Karend as a mage, you get access to two things. If you can do Chambers of Zarek, you can get the Augury Prayer, which gives you a max hit on your magic, which is very good. And you can also get Ancestral Robes, which are the best magic robes in the game. They give you the highest accuracy, strength bonus, whatever. Virtus Robes, which you can just get in the desert anyway, are good, but they're not quite as good as Ancestral. So if you pick Karend, you will get the best magic. On the setup you're on right now, Kandarin Desert. If you pick Zaya or Karend, you'll be able to get the best magic setup in the entire game. And that's what I'm looking to do. That's my end game, and that's what I want to do by the time I finish the game. Tumek and Shadow, Ancestral. Oh, I mean, not quite. If you don't have Asgarnia, you can't get Eternal Boots, but that's a tiny little snag, but it's fine. It's fine. Mafia. Do you like listening to Mariah Carey? It's grown on me. Listen, most years I was always that guy who was like, I got a time to listen to Mariah Carey again, I guess. You know, when are we going to get some new Christmas music? But then nowadays, when I see her little meme, it's time! I'm like, yes! I don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need. And I don't care about the presents underneath the Christmas tree. And I just start doing the twist. I'm a terrible dancer. I'm a dad dancer. I start doing the twist. I start doing the sprinkler. I start doing YMCA when the song is not YMCA. You know, I don't know what else to do. Sometimes I'll just start like waving my arms around because I don't know where to put them. But when they're long like this, it's very dangerous. And, you know, I could put holes and shit. And so I try not to do that. I just, you know, I kind of just sometimes, you know that bit from Diary of a Wimpy Kid when he's at the school dance and he doesn't really know what to do? What I will often do, I will keep my arms by my sides and I'll try and just do his little step dance. But for me, the step dance tends to draw a lot of attention. I'll be like, all right, step, 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 step. And then everyone's looking at me like, what the fuck is up with this guy? But of course, no one's looking at me because I'm thinking of this scenario in my head. This has never actually happened and I can't, you know, I've never been to a dance or a Christmas ball when I, you know, am this size. So, you know, it's sort of just a part of my brain now, but that's fine. Wish to have the red shirt delivery sooner. Would you care to tell him to come to me? Red shirt! Be delivered! Now! The voice demon power. It's going to show up on your door in 3, 2, 1. Who is it? It's the delivery guy. I'm kidding. That was just me. Right. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scare you. I should do that. That is really scary. Play it in one ear. Who's that? Oh. Hello? Hello? It's fine. How do me? Thank you for the Ike Super. Miss you too. Support you in whatever decision you make. I love you too. And don't worry, I'm still here. Yeah, I hope I get better soon too. I don't like having this cough going. It's like bleh. It's like meh. But it's fine. It's fine. I'm getting used to it. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be alright. It's been an exhausting day. I get it. Can I have a virtual head pat? Of course you can. It's gonna be alright, okay? I know change is very scary, but I promise you that I'm not out trying to intentionally upset anybody. I just need to have the freedom to do and to express the kinds of things that I feel creatively I have to do in order to make this the best experience I can make it, you know? So, it's all good. Don't worry about it. ASMR, but every line is from a meme. Already done it. We did the reading stream with the ASMR mic where I was like, what the fuck did you just say about me, you little bitch? I'll have you know I graduated top of my class in the Navy SEALs, and so on and so forth. Some of the shit you motherfuckers sent me to read for that was really weird. Was really, really, really weird. I'm not mad, I just have to wonder where it all came from. Do you have a folder? Should I be concerned? You, I'm not sure if it's okay to ask this, but I'd like to ask you to decide my new YouTube name. Ooh, anything goes. As long as it doesn't ban by YouTube, I'll use this for a month. So you want me? You keep showing up. You keep showing up with a blue super that says meow every now and again. All right. Oh shit, it's a bad time. Hello, Kotaka. I was about to embarrass somebody. Oh god. Hello, Kotaka. Hello, everybody. Come on in. Everybody sit down. Everybody relax. We're having a chat. So I'm not sure how to make it brief, but you should change your name so that you are like, if I'm a Bond villain, you're the cat I'm scratching when I turn around in the chair, okay? I'm like, ah, Mr. Tokugawa, I've been expecting you. I think that's fun. Not sure how to condense that down into a name, but you could be creative with it. I think that's nice. Right as Kotaka joined my chat, broke. I'm so fine. I'm so fine right now. I'm so, Thanks for the gifted. Thank you very much, everybody. How are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? Thanks for all the gifted for all the... Need to bring those villain archetypes back. Yes, we do. We need a classic Bond villain back. Although I did like Javier Bardem in Skyfall. I thought he was very good. Do you have any idea what hydrogen cyanide does to you? He takes out that like mouth thing and his face gets all fucked up. I was like, yeah, the evil lap cat. That's nice. Thanks for all the gifted, everybody. You've been so wonderful. Thank you. So kind. So kind. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. Somebody asked... I'm remembering now. Tender Dream Blooming, thank you for the gifted. Somebody asked about Lords of the Fallen. Evanta and I have chatted about playing that as well. I think him and I, whenever there's a new Souls game, we just sort of like, yo, are we gonna check this out? Are we gonna see what's going on with this? And so Lords of the Fallen definitely seems pretty interesting. So I'm I'm curious, definitely. I'm curious about it. Very curious. Love your Souls game collab so much. Me too! Me too! It's great, isn't it? I love it. I love the race that I did with him. It was so good and so close. So close. I can't English. Vox's evil lap cat. Okay? Boom. I loved the race with him because it was so great to have like that shared passion for something and for it to be so close as well. Like with the main race for the main game, I felt like I was behind for so much of it, and then literally on the final boss, he beat me by like 30 seconds. It's actually insane that in a game where my first playthrough took me maybe 40, 50 hours, we both beat it within a minute of each other. It's insane. And then the fact that I won the DLC race and he won the main game race, it just felt so good-spirited, you know, the fact that we both beat each other in some way and we were both chatting and having a good time. Man, it was fucking great. I was having such a great time. And I hope we get to do something else like that. Maybe Sekiro. I don't know how good he is at Sekiro, but you guys know how good I am at Sekiro. I mean, I haven't quite done the Zero Death run yet, but I've gotten really fucking close. I've gotten really, 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 really close. So, you know. If I had the choice, the next contest that we do would definitely be Sekiro. It just feels more familiar to me, you know? Don't learn to fly too quickly. If I tried to fly, I'm sorry. There is no way you would be able to keep up. What's that, It's like I fly off and you're hanging off of my leg and your face is just going like... I'm used to that speed. You ain't used to that speed. I'm used to going that fast. And I smack it at the side of a cliff and I'm like, fuck. But it's alright because I got where I needed to go. Do I have a limit on how high I can go? I don't know. I don't know if I've checked yet. I think when I start to reach the stratosphere, I think that's the point where I'm like, you know, I feel like I'm not only physically closer to God, I'm also metaphorically closer to God. It's like I might be going up, I might be rising up, like I'm going towards the afterlife. But also, if I enter space, if I go to space, I don't know how fast that's going to kill me. So I'm like, you know what? I don't really know if I want to test my limit too much. I'm going back down to the ground. Do what happened with the jetpack on Saturday. Exactly. I take off. I'm like, this is one small step for man, one giant leap for demonkind. And it blew me up. My brother Vox blew himself up in his jetpack. Be a part 2 of A Way Out. Yes, I'd like to do that with Shu a lot. We were having a chat about doing it while we were in Japan, but we were very, very busy. Very, very busy bees. Didn't get around to it in the end. Cherry in forest, whatever you feed me, I'll eat it all. I'll try not to feed you poison. I'll try to give you something that tastes good. I'll try to give you something that's not going to make you sick. Gloves. Gloves, gloves. Such a wonderful question. Do you remember when I played Undertale? And we did the genocide route. And I started, while I was farming for kills, I started talking about how hard it is when Bowser was the example, like grabbing someone's waist with one hand. I can do that. I can do that. Okay? So you best believe if I felt safe enough to be around a person. Other hand, I can just be looking at my phone. Please be gentle. I'll try. I'm very clumsy. Very clumsy. I keep getting caught on shit and sticking my horns into my headboard. Well, that only happened once. I sorted that out after a little while. I don't know what you're talking about, Nyanya. I'm confused. My brain is quite small. Teehee, don't worry about it. Be yourself. Do what you want. Ask me for what you want. It's my responsibility to say no to something if I don't like it. If everyone caters to my very specific habits as a chronic people pleaser, then I will never improve. And I don't believe that I have some kind of immunity to self-improvement just because I have problems. I believe that they are just barriers to overcome, and I'm excited and happy to be making progress on my own. So don't bother yourself with my problems. Just interact with me however you would like to, and I will do my best to say no to things I don't want to do and say yes to things I do. Okay? Just the body grows, not the brain. Yeah, it's, you know, I'm sort of more alert. My senses get better. You know. I can see things coming sooner. And I can, you know, I'm a little bit more sort of quick on my feet. But in terms of, like, you know, raw IQ, nah, I don't think it works like that. I'm still like, huh? You know, I've never taken a proper IQ test. And to be honest, I really, really don't think it will be very big. Because I know I'm quite intelligent when it comes to, like, art and, you know, sort of, like, emotional intelligence and understanding people and all that. But mathematical intelligence? Oi! Get that shit out of my face. That's not for me. I'm not that kind of demon. I'm very not good at that kind of thing. Do you know, there's a thing you got to do in RuneScape. If you want to buy runes from Ali Morrisane in Al Kharid, you need to complete a little mini quest, and you've got to go and get some runes from Aubrey. But the thing is, they come in this chest, and the lock on the chest is a Sudoku puzzle. I couldn't do it. It was like a 9x9 grid Sudoku puzzle, and I couldn't do it because because Sudoku's hard. I sat there for ages being like, what? You got how many? What? And then in the end, I just went online. I used a Sudoku solver so I could unlock the rune shop because I was like, I'm busy. Gotta go unlock my relics. Sudoku. Sudoku. Yeah, a lot of people pronounce it weird. That's my dad is a big Sudoku person. That's how he pronounces it. He pronounces it Sudoku or Sudoku, you know, like in a very British way, because he hasn't really, you know, he just sort of views it as like, well, that's what it is. It's a book with puzzles in it. Phoenix, thank you very much. Now been educated. We're furries in denial. No, we're not! No, we're not! I just like FNAF for unrelated reasons. I'm not a fucking furry. Get out. The evil lab cat Yui. Boom. Meow. Meow. You're like Markiplier. Thank you for the super. Seiseki. Cool to listen to any stories involving legendary demons. Oh, there were plenty. I'd like to tell you all sorts of stories. In fact, after this week, there is a story. Well, I'll give you a little teaser. The story after this week, the story for next week, will be about an encounter with some yokai. And it's very interesting. It's a very, very good story. And unlike the others, well, my story about Uesigi Kenshin definitely had some funny elements to it, but this one's really fucking funny. This one's really fucking funny, so I'm looking forward to you hearing this one. I still think about this and chuckle from time to time. Tarushka, thank you very much. Chilik, thank you. Nyanya and Boobanet, thank you. Okay, I'd like to stream for longer, but I'm aware that I still have a bit of a cough, and you can hear it's starting to get a little bit, I need to rest, so I might sort of read the last few comments and then we'll pack it in for the day. But then we've got lots going on tomorrow. We're going to be playing RuneScape for a long time, hopefully tomorrow. I'm very, very excited for that. Yeah, I am feeling a little gross, so I need to rest a bit and make sure that I can you know, get all free of contaminants by the end of it. So don't you need training? Oh yeah, I probably should. I mean, I've been playing the game, you know, before bed, a couple of games before bed. You know, I feel like I'm quite prepared. I'm probably not going to win, but you know, I'll give it my best. Thank you, Lisha. Dejian, thank you. Stella, thank you, and Kamaki. So yeah, thank you very much for today, everyone. Thank you for for all of these interesting topics, and thank you for being so understanding about what I said about everything earlier. Daka, thank you. Thank you for the Akasupa. I have this lingering lore question that I felt like is too cruel to ask. You believe people love you solely for your voice. Have you not tried using it at all, trying to build human connection without that? You know what the sad part is? I don't have a choice. I don't have a choice because whenever I speak, it takes hold, you know? I don't have a choice. I'll never know. The closest I ever came was a time, quite a long time ago. I had a pen pal. Who, you know, long before the telephone and long before all of that, he used to send letters to a person that I hadn't met, and they would send them back. And I know that if they never had a chance to hear my voice, then that friendship must have been real. And I think about it sometimes. But it's difficult to really meet someone without speaking to them. So, yeah, it is what it is. Tend to Dream, thank you very much. I'll try to have a good rest. Jean, thank you. Sal, thank you for the Akasupa. I love you too, Midnight. Jenny, thank you so much for the super. Remy, Phoenix, thank you. Nyanya, thank you for the Akasupa, really kind of you. Meow Bing, Sabina Kari, Murasaki. Layla, Lynn, thank you. Jenny, thank you. Leon Mochi and Tokito, thank you so much. And Super Puppy. And Vox Akuma, thank you very much. And Alco, thank you very much. So, if I could leave you with one final thing, it's just to say that I am listening. You know, I don't want to sort of scare anybody, and I don't want for, you know, I'd certainly hope that I'm not, well, all I'm going to say is that I certainly don't want to really, you know, purposefully trigger anybody that doesn't make me happy, but what I'd like, so you know, there will be plenty of really nice, relaxing streams to watch, but I want you to know that I can't go back on the promise that I've made to myself to be true to myself, and that's that. I've made my choice. So I understand that many of you will be brimming with thoughts and all of that, but I just need to put, what's the phrase? Not a pin in that, because that means we're going to come back to it. I need to just put my foot down and say that, listen, this is the last that I'm going to say about it. My foot down, exactly. It's all right if this is something that you're not happy about, but I'm the person who wakes up every morning and has to think of ways in order to do this job in a way that I think is best. And I need to go with my instinct that will carry me there. So that's it. You can talk about it amongst yourselves, you can always leave comments, whatever, but I want you to know that I've made up my mind. And that's that. So I don't get burnt out. Yeah, that shit is not fun. That shit is not fun at all. Lingyan and Nekosaka, thank you very much. I do feel better. Okay. That is going to do it for me for today. So, closing thoughts. I'm grateful to you for all of your patience and understanding, and I'm fine if you feel like this isn't really for you anymore, because at the end of the day, all I've ever wanted is for you to achieve your dreams, and that is the truth, whether I'm a part of them or not. See you soon.